Hello and welcome to Part 6 in Slices. I'm Jim,
I'm Sam.
and this is our Part 6 anime watch-through podcast.
Yes, we take it arc by arc.
Yes.
In slices, they would say.
Big frickin' juicy slices.
Like piss slices, they say.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about. So in this, the first slice of Part 6 that we watched the first two episodes. In this, we watched episodes 3 through 5, yes, which are The Visitor 1 and 2, and Prisoner of Love.
Yes, and basically the Manhattan Transfer arc.
Yes, which I thought it was, because I saw Visitor 1 and 2, and I thought it was only going to be done in the 2 episodes, and I forgot a lot about this
Like we said, our memory is not the best. I get the names mixed up of like Part 6 characters, because none of the villains are incredibly memorable aside of Poochie.
I kind of agree. I mean, there's some. I think it has. We talked about this before. Like, Part 6 has some of the most forgettable.
I remember
villains.
Poochie and Sports Max because his name is stupid.
Max. You've got Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't that the Stan's name?
Stan, yeah.
What's the user's name?
Mary Lynn Manson.
Mary Lynn Manson. Foo Fighters was not a villain.
Yeah,
she's like an arc villain, I guess.
Kinda. Yeah. It doesn't count. If it doesn't
Whatever.
count, she's a JoJo.
So we have John Gallier.
Yes.
With his stand Manhattan Transfer, or as the subs call Downtown Transfer.
Yes.
Hilarious. It's
Yes.
always funny. It's always fucking funny. So, what do you think of this little batch, this slice, if you will?
It's interesting. Like, there's this is basically like the Jolene feeding her daddy issues.
I found myself going into this episode loving it, or going into this slice loving it. And then as more time went on, I was like, you know what? I don't really like this too much. And then I went back to liking it a bit again.
But like the whole episode and like a half was just like nothing. Like
Yes.
It's just like all fake stand fight.
So that for me,
Which
the
probably
fact that it's fake is like annoying.
Probably works better in like manga as like.
Even with that, I remember not being super into it. So I have a couple problems with the fact that the whole John Gallier thing is like, it's a dream, so...
It's like multiple dreams.
It's too much. I think it's too much. Like, this is kind of like stand creep, where we need to have like a bunch of abilities happening at once, where what I really care about in this scene is Jotaro and Jolene. Like, that is the core of this, like, fight. Yes. But unfortunately, we're given, like, a red herring stand user with John Gallier.
Because even both of them have, like, there's, like, character development between both of them, and it just gets canceled out because... And so, like, any character development that, like, they understand each other, what came from the dream, and, like, they can't really trust that, though.
Yeah, I think I found myself really enjoying this up until the dream section. The first dream ended, and then it kind of ground to a halt. Like, the parts when they can't move on the table really just don't really work for me. We're kind of jumping ahead. Like, what I really loved...
The money stuff?
Yes. I absolutely fucking love the beginning of this, where there's kind of, like, a little mini side quest where Jolene... lend some money to a prisoner, another
blonde
prisoner,
woman.
And it's like a whole thing. It becomes like about like how Jolene has to like adapt in prison, how she's using her stand cleverly.
You have to assert your dominance as well.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't feel like
you have to try and teach her how to survive in prison until that becomes irrelevant.
Yeah, and it's just like it makes me like crave more of this. Like I really loved this. I love the woman that like cuts in front of her and she's like, oh, you have to reserve your spot for the phone ahead of time.
And then
like
sell your spot.
This is so fun. This is such a fun thing for me. And then it goes into, because what I liked is that it didn't feel like JoJo. Like it doesn't feel like a stand battle, which is why I really like later parts, like part 7 and 8, they really handle like the thing of stand battles don't really just feel like this is a stand battle.
Yeah, his stand is like also just helping him snipe.
Yeah, which
it's
do.
Like, it's very much like Mista, where like the stand helps him. Like,
yes, it's about the ricochet. It's very
without
Mista,
without him shooting himself.
I actually and then we have like the whole thing where Jolene ends up going with meeting Jotaro in the visitation room
with Emperor telling don't do that.
Yeah, we have a little tease with Emperor in the first episode, and then we have him again where he's like, "Hey, don't do it. Also, here, take this bone."
As we learned,
grab this little bone.
Here's my
please.
mom bone.
My mom bone, which hilariously later Jotaro is immediately able to identify the bone.
Yeah, because that's dude. Jotaro's just a fountain of knowledge.
So he is a marine biologist. I guess you probably need to do like regular biology courses too, so it's not too weird.
It's just if you're a
that he
Joestar,
would
you
know
just
that.
have galaxy brain knowledge of everything,
It's true.
no matter what profession you take.
Jolene displays some galaxy brain knowledge. I would take back what I said last episode about the characters in this, like the main three being like idiot dumbasses, because Jolene like is actually really smart for some reason.
It's still weighed down by plankton.
It is weighed down by the plankton.
And Hermes is like
not that much either.
he's like street smarts, Cavea.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like, there's not. We could really like dissect every fucking aspect of this, but I think it's more interesting to kind of talk
The
about
weird thing is
things
just
we
like
like or don't like.
as we learned that like Poochie is put them into their. I forgot how weird early Poochie like White Snake powers are.
Okay, here I want to kind of break down why I don't like this fight that much, because like I really love the things going into it. I really like that halfway into the fight. So once they leave the room, for the first time, things kind of slow down, and Jolene has a few moments with Emperor and a few moments with Jotaro, like in the middle of the stand fight, and that's something we don't really see.
Yeah.
Normally the stand fight is just the stand fight, and I was really enjoying that. And then once it like they wake up, so we learn
everything that we just saw was a dream.
Yes, it was specifically Jotaro's dream, because
No.
Jotaro remembered that. Jotaro remembered the part where Jolene said where Jolene said.
But he also had a dream where Jolene like got him when they woke up. There was a dream within a dream thing, I guess.
Yeah, they did like a false awakening. I don't know. Like, to me, I just don't.
And also, like, the Poochie power can just make people have these linked dreams, I guess.
So this is my issue here. So rather than like, if they had just done the original, so the red herring is that it starts out as John Gallier's stand, Manhattan Transfer, is basically just a little stand that can like...
It's like a radar.
Yeah.
A ricochet radar.
Exactly. Ricochet radar is a perfect way of explaining it. And that is fine. I love when stands are simple.
Yes.
A simple stand, and it's really effective because it becomes like Jolene trying to figure out what she can do to subvert it. And of course nothing works because it's like OP. Because it can move so fast that it dodges rain droplets.
Yeah.
But then we also have the melting ability, and then we also have the dream ability. It's too much.
Yeah. Well, I think it's like because like White Snake is like one of those early stand things where maybe he wasn't sure exactly what it could do other than the memory stuff, which because it has a melting power, which I don't think really comes up afterwards.
It's just weird because like it is visually like the stand itself visually reflects the sort of melty goopiness.
Yeah. So
I'm not sure if this is supposed to be like Poochie has loaded in more stand abilities.
Maybe. That could be the case because Emperor just said his mom ability was taken, so I'm assuming like Poochie probably just like just takes a bunch.
Do we see a scene? I'm trying to really remember. I don't think we ever see a scene where Poochie puts like more than one stand ability into one person.
I don't think so. No.
I guess you could say that Emperor.
Yeah, that's the closest thing I could think of.
But that's a spoiler.
Yeah, that's a huge spoiler. But like, that's the only thing I can think of that like that because people. But just like White Snake just had like. Unless we're supposed to, I guess we
can assume that White Snake just had several stand abilities.
The memory thing, but then just gets rid of them later.
Yeah,
like right after this fight.
But I don't know. I just think like to me, I'm not compelled by this. I'm just confused and bored. That's the worst part that I can ever say about JoJo is that I'm bored. And I was honestly a little bored when they were just sitting, talking to each other. Like, I can't move.
But the best part of the fight was when he comes down the hallway and like. Jotaro stops time from her, tries to stop her from getting shot, and that leads to White Snake getting Jotaro.
Yeah, once we're out of the dreams, I think it's fine. But, like, they did not need... I don't think they really needed to do the False Awakening. Like, this is really a criticism of, like, the manga, not the anime. Like, let's be real. Like, this is... Basically, everything was lifted right from the manga here.
Yeah, it wasn't like we watched it. Like, we watched it, like, in a batch. So, like, it's not like... You're weekly like, oh my god, they won. Like, oh no, it was a misdirect next episode next week.
Yeah, thank God. Oh my gosh. I didn't realize that. Yeah, I didn't think about like how this would have been watching it week by week. That would have been not so fun.
But I love like the design of John Gallier.
He's great. I like his big booty. That part's really funny.
His melty outfit that he also put his pants on backwards.
Yeah, that's very funny. He's honestly a cool character. Like, I have no problem with John Gallier. Like, I think it's cool that he's like an assassin guy
Yeah.
that's like obsessed with Dio.
Yeah. Also, all this information we got of him because like was also fake. Was just like, oh yeah, he's the one behind everything. Which we know is Poochie. But also, we learned like Whitesnake just implanted Manhattan Transfer and its ability like inside the dream for some reason.
That is, for me, that's almost like it almost breaks my understanding of JoJo, because part of what like your big ability as being like a stand user is not people not knowing what your ability is.
Yes.
So the fact that Poochie
you
would
don't
like
show your asshole to people.
exactly the fact that Poochie, well, we keep saying Poochie. I guess this is a spoiler. I guess we're just
Everybody
spoiling.
just knows fucking Poochie.
We're just fucking. We haven't looked at like we haven't released the first
I'm sorry,
episode
Pale
of this.
Snake.
Yeah, Pale Snake. So, okay, just full disclosure, we're recording this the same day we recorded the first one. So, we haven't seen if people want us to do spoilers or not. I guess we're just spoiling things. We're not going to be like too overt.
Most of the people probably fucking binge watched it already by now.
For real, yeah. But, okay, so Poochie, Poopy,
Yeah.
he shows Lang... Oh my god, I said Lang Wrangler. He
He looks
shows...
like a Lang Wrangler.
He shows John Galliet's actual stand with his actual ability in the dream. Why did he do that? Why would he give away the leverage of not knowing? Because that's like...
Because afterward he kills him just anyway because he like knew his identity, but like...
Yeah, the only reason why they were able to fight John Galliet was because they had a moment to like learn the ability.
Yeah.
If he was able to surprise them with a pincer attack, if he were to like use Whitesnake and also John Galliet, it would have been like a more easy victory.
Enemy stand users teaming up usually ends bad 9 times out of 10.
Especially when they have a gun, when one has a gun.
They can't all work together like Clash and Talking Heads.
Mm-hmm. That was the coolest. I love that team up so much.
When the few times the villains aren't stupid when they're teaming up or like...
Yeah. But yeah, I mean,
They
that's like my big issue with this, just analyzing this arc from like a structural standpoint. But it sucks because I was so enjoying all this stuff with Jolene in prison, and like the part when she crushes up the quarter and like puts it in the girl's drink
makes her poop.
Yeah, which is kind of a hilarious like jump in logic, but I guess it would probably upset your stomach if you drank a bunch of fucking crushed up metal.
I guess so.
I don't know if it would make you poop. Probably make you poop blood.
And then she had like not Kobeni, like the part 6 Kobeni who just like got bullied earlier, just like, yeah, you should try it too. I just made them shit their pants. So get to the bathroom stat.
Like these are really great like characterization scenes for Jolene, and like that's what I like the most so far.
Her
is
interacting
I love,
with Wes as well.
Yes, seeing more Wes, and I kept saying like, I hate that they're doing this because
she's not a character by the time Hermes comes back into the fold.
She's kind of just being Hermes right now. She's filling that role in, but like I love Gwess here. Like Gwess is really fun. I understand why Gwess has fanboys, like
her in her weird headband that just like crushes her hair.
So I really enjoy that bit, and like I want to see more of it. I think it's way more compelling than like bringing a legacy JoJo character in and
have the interaction between him and his daughter were like the dream.
Yeah, I think the pacing here is what really kills it for me.
There also like was a line, where he says like, where she said like, oh yeah, when I got sick and had a fever, you heard I was all right and went to Tokyo, which is probably going to Josuke in part 4.
Yeah, I think that makes sense, right?
But because in Eyes of Heaven, spoiler for the after credit scene for Eyes of Heaven. You want me to tell you this?
Sure, I don't care.
You still haven't fucking played it after years.
No.
So and after you beat the game, there's like, they have flashes of... They're basically like the best timeline where everybody lives in their part, essentially. Like you see flashes of every part. There's a part 8 when comically just Josuke and Joshu becoming friends, but...
Very fucking funny.
Like Gyro, Johnny and Gyro have a, get after the end and everything.
They have their big gay sex.
The other credit scene is part 4 JoJo going to visit Josuke, and he brings Jolene with them.
That's cute.
Like Jolene runs up to him and he's just like, keep yourself safe. I gotta go meet up with someone.
That's very cute.
So yeah, it was really nice and like it's the nicest heartwarming thing. I love this timeline.
I do want to talk about Jotaro as a father here.
Yes.
There is I think the real curse of the Joestars is that they're terrible fathers.
Yeah. I mean, Joseph loved his daughter.
Yeah, but he's like
he's a great father, but a horrible husband.
That's true, I guess.
I mean,
who's the other bad ones?
Jonathan probably would have been a good father and husband.
Jonathan's dad was kind of a dick, though. George? No, wait. What's Jonathan's dad's name? Isn't he also Jonathan Joestar?
It could have been Jonathan Joestar.
Oh, my brain doesn't go back that far.
But
that's before times. But no, yeah, they're just Johnny's dad.
Yeah,
very bad.
I mean, Johnny.
That's kind of a reflection.
Johnny was a good dad, though.
Johnny, well, he tried.
He tried. I mean, like,
All right, I guess maybe not all Joestars, but Jotaro's dad certainly wasn't there for him.
yeah. I mean, Joseph just found out he had the kid. He found he came to visit him,
Yeah.
despite his age.
But I guess you could say it's like he's a bad father because he wasn't like, was he aware? He was aware, right?
Maybe
He must have been aware that he had like an illegitimate kid.
maybe
It's been too long. We need okay.
it's been.
I want to just jump back. But Jotaro being a bad father is not like surprising or out of
No.
character.
Him having a wife is like the most surprising thing.
Honestly, yes.
Because we get a couple of those flashes of like Jolene, like with her mother, and like her blonde haired mother.
Yes. Oh, I do want to bring that up. So there was apparently controversy on Twitter.com. There was controversy about Jolene's mother being blonde.
Let me tell you something about JoJo. The canon colors are whatever you want it to be.
I think what people are upset by is that it would.
Jolene has a combination hair of her and her father instead of her just dyeing her hair.
Well, I think it just means that her base hair color is blonde, and I guess people don't like that.
Jordan's hair color literally just changed at a certain age.
It's when he unlocked his
when
he unlocked the Dio
Think
gene.
about that. Hair is stupid in JoJo.
No, that's not true. He dyes his hair. Don't they say that he dyes his hair?
I'm pretty sure they said like his hair like changed the color when when basically his stand came out.
This is dangerous territory, Sam, because this is where all the JoJo fans can jump down our throats and say we're fake fans
about stuff.
Does Giorno dye his hair?
Because he had black hair originally, then like
hair. Giorno's hair color was also different. Originally he had black hair, but then he changed to blonde. That's not helpful. Why is Giorno's hair blonde? Reddit, thank you.
Reddit.
Thank you, Reddit. Hold on, I have to open an app.
Thanks.
Oh my god.
Thanks, r/artist.
Why is this? Why would they say this is mature content? No.
JoJo is very mature.
Was Giorno supposed to be a girl? Does Giorno have black hair? On BoardGameTips.com?
What?
I cannot literally deal with this. How did Giorno's hair turn blonde? I don't know.
No one knows.
It's puberty. Okay, that's fine. I don't care.
There we go.
I literally don't care. All right. So, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Okay. No, I found it on the wiki.
Okay.
I did find it quicker than Jim. You don't go to the fucking subreddit.
I wasn't
His hair
trying
was originally
to.
black and unkempt, but transformed upon awakening his stand.
All right. There we go.
I was right.
The Dio gene unlocked. The superior Dio
what happens
genetics.
When you have two dads. When you
they're both fighting. You have two dads inside of you.
They're fighting.
They're both gay.
The recessive dad and the dominant dad. Jordan received all the dominant dad.
All the dominant dad genes.
Just no dominant dad. No, you got all you got except for the hair.
No, there's actually the dominant gene and the submissive genes.
Sure. But
all right, this is horrible. So Jotaro
yes.
is not a good dad, but he does dress very fun.
Yes. So how do you rank Jotaro costumes? Because
this is my favorite.
Yeah, this is great. I love this one. I do love the Part 4 one as
well.
well.
The white Part 4 jumpsuit, or not jumpsuit, trench coat rather, is really good, but I love the pants. I think his snakeskin pants are freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Also the I don't really like it as much in the anime, but I think they like fucked his head up.
His
like,
hat size?
His hat and hair
because they had
is like fucked up.
Had the size of like the CD having to be able to come out there. And
but they could have just done it for that shot. They didn't need to do it all the time.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's a very tall hat, and like the hair blending in with his hat is like even weirder.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't. It didn't jive with me. But yeah. It's funny because so there's a scene where when they're running away from not Lang Wrangler, the other guy, John Gallier.
Downtown transfer.
There's a part where Jolene starts to fall down the stairs.
Yeah.
And Jotaro
looks like you gotta catch her.
But I think he just catches the brooch. I think he literally doesn't even care about her. He gets the brooch instead, and then he hands it to her when she gets up.
He could have done the stop time to grab her if he wanted to.
It's very fucking funny that he doesn't save his daughter. He lets her fall, but catches the brooch. But
still has tries to have an emotional moment with her.
Yeah. So his whole plan is that he wants to escape and leave.
Escape with Jolene to the secret Sea Wagon Foundation submarine to go figure out what's going on because Jolene got set up.
It's honestly kind of it's almost like a joke that they don't make that there's all this weird secret passages and stuff in the dreams, and the thing that is real is a fucking submarine, this probably $50 million submarine that's just right off the coast of Florida. That would
probably get destroyed if they got on it.
Yeah.
And think about the Speedwagon Foundation. You think they would have enough pull and power to get Jolene out of jail anyway?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, we already know the system is corrupt, so
Yeah.
they're probably afraid to do anything public. That's probably why they had Jotaro like kind of swoop in, fly by night.
I guess so.
Like, because if they tried to like I guess get a pardon or whatever, then that would be like a big red flag. I don't know. It's freaking JoJo. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but
The characters are just all doing their thing.
Yeah, everybody now we have White Snake running around now as well.
So yeah, we have Whitesnake make his appearance.
Voice actor's very good. I do like.
I'm a little mixed on the voice, honestly.
I like the voice. I think the guy does a pretty good job for Poochie.
I thought it was a little silly with the effect.
I mean, they're gonna do that when a stand is talking through a stand. I think.
I know, but
I don't think they really did that with King Crimson, but still.
When I'm reading JoJo and I see a stand talk, I don't think of like a weird, silly like underwater effect being added to it.
Yeah.
I just think of like a voice coming out.
So yeah, but they always do that with sometimes in the animation where they just have like a weird filter voice over like the weird stand form or like they're like controlling something.
So we're watching Attack on Titan, not to like plug our other show, but in Attack on Titan, especially in the final season, a lot of the Titans they speak. There's like Peak is speaking, and all these other ones.
But their voice is different.
Yeah, but I like that because it makes sense because it's like a big creature.
They're speaking through something else.
But stands are like just a manifestation of of soul. It's not like they have real vocal cords.
I mean, as they cut to part 3 from the submarine arc, where they're speaking through their stands, fine.
That's how I'd imagine. It's just like, I would just imagine Poochie's voice coming through Whitesnake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they did that with King Crimson. But
I think you're right. But the thing with King Crimson is, it's almost like he is this, like...
Yeah.
That's the identity.
Diavolo is King Crimson.
Very cool. We love King Crimson, don't we, folks?
Emperor Crimson himself.
Imperio Crimson.
Yeah, and we also learned Imperio's name, and that his mom.
What's his name?
Funny, and then his mother was born and died into prison because Poochie took her power.
Also melted down, and the bone remains. So the bone that he gave Jolene was his mother's. I think it's called a scapulum.
It's just so weird. Poochie had this melting power for a long time because I'm not sure the exact age of Emporio, but
he's got to be like he can't be more than like 10. Like they
probably been like melting people down for
years.
Yes, for literal years.
Also, it's kind of funny that he just lives in this prison. Yeah. Like I know that they go into this more about like his little room.
Yeah.
Which the name is I forget the name. The stand, but isn't it called like secret room or something?
Secret tunnel.
Emporio
Al Nino is his name.
Great. Emporio, character that I'm excited to see again because I remember him being around a lot, but I don't remember
Burning down the house.
What he did. That's it. Burning down
the house.
Thank you. See, this is where my part 6 knowledge is like really dwindling because
the name of it doesn't really come up. It's more so just a base of operation. He's 11.
Okay, he's 11. All right.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. How do you feel? Are you having any like? Are you gonna challenge me with like some of my complaints about the arc? Do you like it?
I think if it wasn't for like the fake out stuff, like I'm just like I like a lot. Like I said, there's a lot I like about it too. But like the whole fake out dream stuff, it's like always like a kick to the dick.
Yeah, and I normally am the person that never complains about that. Like whenever people get mad that like, oh, the whole movie was a dream,
because it's not like
I'm normally fine with that.
Or a dream, or like even like a time loop or something like that, where we had in part 4 is fucking fun as hell.
Yeah, and the thing that is like annoying about it is that the stuff that happened in the dream was just boring to me. Like I think it just lasted too long.
Yeah,
and I just wanted more scenes where Jotaro and Jolene were actually like talking, not just like, oh my god, I'm dying. Oh, we're melting. And it's one of those things like
I did like him punching Jolene out the door.
That's good.
That is my favorite thing.
It's very good.
It's very what Jotaro would do in a situation: is punch his daughter,
punch a woman.
Florida man punches daughter while visiting her out the room.
Yeah, it's ripped straight from the headlines. Like,
yeah, it's like I said, it has highs and lows, it's very like middle ground where it's just stuff I don't like about it. Like, it's weird just to have like the Poochie's logic is weird in it.
Poochie logic is very weird.
For a man so calculating and like.
So yeah, ultimately, like all the stuff about John Gallier was that he wanted to get Jolene in prison to kill her.
But that was in the dream though as well, because
that was also said in the dream. But still, like,
yeah, he had the photo, but like you didn't know because
no, wait, because that was before he dropped the photo on the table. Yeah. So that all is real. So all the stuff before the photo was dropped was real, because the photo was dropped on the table before, like
In
in the real in the
it happened
reality.
like while they were sitting at the table, but like before Emporio gave her gave her the bone. Oh god, that sounds so bad. Very bad. Oh god.
But whatever. Yeah, I don't know. It's whatever. I just maybe this is like just one of my least favorite arcs in general, and it's just kind of like a
Fun.
not so great start, because I liked the first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
I was really into
We
him
love
actually.
Gwess.
Gwess is great. It's so fun. Like all the fun and joy of that fight is just completely gone here. Like it's
Yeah.
so serious. It's so trying to push the plot forward. Like
God,
I don't really want this
trying
right
to
now.
push Jolene's motivation of saving Jotaro, where she still didn't fully forgive him, even in like in the hallway scene, especially like she
Yeah.
where like now that he like helped sacrifice himself for her, she like loves him again.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be like a cliffhanger for her. Like she's gotta.
He's going back to the prison.
She needs to like save him so that she can process her emotions with him, and like she
Yeah.
has like if this happened before
She's
she
trying to-
like had this meeting, then she wouldn't care.
Getting
but,
past her daddy issues,
yeah,
as female characters tend to do.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
it is a bit of a trope. Bit of a trope.
And of course, Jotaro can be a good dad.
Yeah, but I'm excited to see more Jotaro. I got really excited when I saw him, and I have to say, I was kind of happy when he left, because I was like, okay, at least I know we can.
Star Platinum is nerfed.
Yeah, we can keep going. We can keep moving forward. I want to see Foo Fighters. I want to see.
I want to see her.
I really just want to see Foo Fighters.
I want to see Kiss. I want to see Hermes finally have her stuff.
Yes, we get to, my favorite. The what's his face?
One of the dumbest stands.
Highway to Hell.
So dumb, but
Love Highway to Hell. It's
hilarious.
very funny.
It's
I'm really curious how that is animated.
the part 6 version of Lovers, essentially.
Yes. Wait, someone else said that recently.
Yeah, you remember? What are you questioning about?
No, it's just funny. Like I just talked to like a different person that said that
Oh.
exact line, and I was like, also like, wait, no, I don't understand how this connection makes sense.
It's just beating up the stand user takes damage
the
and you take
reflection
hit.
bit. Okay, I always forget that that's the thing with Lovers.
Well,
I always
Lovers gets to implant it first into the person who
Yeah.
gets to receive it, but this one more so the user doing it to himself.
the thing with Lovers I always remember is that they
just-
shrink down.
I just want to see Kiss animate it finally and be so happy.
Yeah.
See them stick. I want to hear the sticker sound effect.
Oh, they did it again with Jolene with she retracted her string. They did like the record scratch, and
Yes.
I really love that. I love that sound.
Yeah, I love hearing the Jotaro theme again, even though it was not.
Yeah, the music. It's really funny because the music ended so quick for his theme. It like ended on a dime.
Yeah.
But yeah, they play a bunch of like legacy music in this one. Jolene's theme is also pretty good. I like Jolene's theme.
Yeah. It's all very that stuff is very good. Yeah, but it said the stuff it didn't have to be 3 episodes.
I agree. I think that they should have made an executive decision. They should have just sliced it down a little bit. They didn't need to even have him leave the room. Maybe.
Give us more. You can give us any kind of padding with prison stuff.
Yeah, they could have just yeah, whatever. I don't want to tell them how to rewrite this arc. I just thought it was a little long.
Yeah. Just that's my common complaint of part 6. Some stuff is just a little bit too long.
Yeah, but that's like we talked about it before too. But like that's just the thing with manga. Like if you're reading through manga, you can breeze through that shit so fast.
I don't know. Part 6 was rough for that.
Well, but I mean, like the time that it takes me to read manga chapters is going to be quicker than like watching the manga chapters in anime. Like almost always, unless they do like an Attack on Titan thing where they cut out like a significant chunk of it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, not to make another Attack on Titan connection, but someone in our Attack on Titan series, they commented about the I think it's in season 3. That's when they like cut out a lot of the
political stuff.
Yeah, and that was like in the manga, it was about 30 chapters of like the whole arc in total, and they apparently significantly sliced that down.
I mean, it's for the better, probably.
Probably, because like yeah, whatever. I don't have to go too deep into that, but it's like that's a significant amount of content to cut down.
There are gonna people probably be upset with just us not liking the pacing. But
I really wonder. I wonder if people like because that's the one thing that I heard because I tried not to like look too much at like people talking about this online, and I heard a lot of people said that there's pacing issues in the beginning, and I feel like what I'm feeling right now are just those pacing issues.
Yeah, I agree.
Which is funny because like I interpreted that as they were shifting things around, but apparently no. Apparently it's just this first stand
like I said,
fight.
I'm pretty sure like, Hermes is the first person to see Emporio, and this one he made Jolene. So
Yeah, so it's really funny because we only saw her in the first episode, right?
Pretty much.
Hermes has not shown up again.
Yeah, because she got like Julian protected her, but then we didn't see her afterwards.
Yeah, interesting.
Like that she's been just with Gwes, who's not gonna be a Joe bro much longer.
It's gonna be really funny because like Gwes is gonna be in a scene and then she's never gonna be in a scene ever again, and we're not even gonna realize.
Like the people who always saw the OP and there's a lot like found themselves attached to like the other girls from the Foo Fighter arcs.
Yeah, the Foo Fighters.
And like you're never gonna see these characters
never
ever.
See these characters again. Spoilers. Never see these characters again. But yeah, no, I mean, I thought it was fine. As I said, I went through like such a high. I loved the first bit of this episode, or this chunk, this slice rather.
I agree. I agree. The same with you.
I even like John Gallier. I think he's cool.
Yeah, cool design. Like the whole introduction to him is really cool.
Yeah,
like,
him being like weird cataracts thing is a fun, stupid gimmick. I love the part when he assembles a sniper rifle
off his cane, essentially. Like,
and as I said,
he has
like
weird tattoos like all over him as well for no reason.
Like I just love simple stand powers, and that the fact that his stand is literally
it's so funny.
What'd you call it? Something ricochet?
It's a radar ricochet.
Radar ricochet. The fact that his stand is radar ricochet is awesome. I love that.
It's just funny how we go from like that to like what we're going to get later on in part 6 with stand complex.
I know they just get like so. I think maybe Araki might have noticed that. Like I feel like because what I said last episode, I said something like we're stand creep, like because there's like stand power creep in this where we start seeing like some of the most insanely complicated and overpowered stands.
Yeah, and
I think that's maybe why a lot of the stands in part 7 are so much more like streamlined.
Yeah,
and that's what makes them so much more enjoyable. Like when you have like the pork pie hat kit. Like
I think the only one that gets a little crazy with the rules is Scary Monsters in part 7. Because
I'm not to say that it's gone, because the shit of crazy stands never goes away. Yeah, it's just I think it's lessened in later.
You more so got to worry about the spin powers in part.
Yeah, 7. that's where the weird stuff is.
Yeah,
but with talking about Scary Monsters for a second too, that's almost got the same kind of thing with Echoes, where it starts out as a more of a simplified thing, and then it gets every time we see it, it gets more complex. So it's almost kind of like an arc in itself. It's like building up.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
And there's a good reason for it, because it stays on.
Yeah.
So.
And it's also not Dio stand, which is interesting.
Until it is.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's like he like stole it. It's like a freaking. It's a freaking White Snake thing. He stole it.
But yeah.
Because we all know that Dio's true stand is the world. Not Scary Monsters.
No. Yes. I don't know. Probably.
Because remember he got it from the doctor guy?
The doctor guy, yeah. But then he just kind of had it, and then he didn't. Well, technically that Diego did have it.
He did, but yeah, you know what I mean.
When we get to the part
Spoilers for part 7.
People, as I said, if people, anime, no. They come to us. They should know by now.
It's true.
So I guess we wrap it up now.
Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say.
We keep repeating ourselves of how like it's a very middle of the road.
The part I just want to say, the part at the end where Jotaro was like lifeless corpse was in the water was very really funny.
Very funny.
Jolene actually having conversation with Emperor was kind of nice. I like how she stuck her little string through it was going like 20, 30 feet.
Yeah.
And they were talking through it again, like the part with Hermes in the beginning.
She didn't talk. Yeah, but she didn't talk through it.
She was talking to him. She was talking back to Emperor.
Though.
Oh no, she wasn't talking to Hermes. No.
Yeah, it's the cup on the string, classic.
The classic cup on the string method.
All right, so we'll wrap up those non-fatal bullet wounds on Jotaro.
We're gonna plug the submarine up with Jotaro's corpse.
Please bring Foo Fighters so I actually have a way to plug something before they get their designated healer.
Yeah.
So okay, but thank you all so much for listening. Again, you can comment some things, your opinions of this arc as well. So don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. You can follow the podcast on Twitter or me and Jim separately. You can join the Discord. You can check out the Attack on Titan show that we've referenced plenty of times in this episode.
Joe Attack on Titan.
Yes. And check out our Bro Kakaka if you haven't yet with Dog Part to get some fun information about that.
Yeah, that was a fun little discussion we had.
About translating, all that great stuff.
About a little translator.
Because we had to see the translator of Part 6's name plastered all over at the end of the episode.
Thank you, Megumi Hunter, for translating part 6.
Yes.
Apparently.
All
right.
With that,
so
we will see you next time. I think it's Highway to Hell. I'm not sure that's like probably one episode. It's a very short arc, if I remember from the manga.
I feel like it's going to be one of those like half episode deals.
We might just have to combine it with like the art after that, maybe.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I don't want to ever do like a single episode if we can't help it.
We'll see. We'll do some looking into.
All right, we're about halfway through season 1.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Yeah, only 12 episodes, right?
Yeah, so we're almost halfway through season 1.
Yeah, we have.
Well, I mean, you know what I mean. The first part.
Highway to Hell. We got Foo Fighters, and we got Savage Garden, Maryland. That's 4.
And Lang.
And yeah, well.
Lang Wrangler.
Yeah,
is that part of? Is that second half?
I said Operation Savage Garden.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
This is how much I forget.
It's called that. Yeah, Jumpin' Jack Flash essentially.
Also, very hilarious. I love the fake lie that Araki tells in the Jumpin' Jack Flash fight about how you can't hold your bladder in 0G. That's just not true. Because there's, I think that's our first piss reference, isn't it? I wanted to try and track all the piss references because, like, when we talked to Dog Park. We said there was like there's like 3 in part 7 or in part 6 rather.
Yeah, with Yo-Yo Ma.
Yo-Yo Ma, and then the other one we have the one where Jolene has to hold her pee in 0G.
Yeah, sure.
Hold her pee in 0G.
That should be what you're worried about, right?
Yeah, not getting murdered by this fucking monster man. All right,
this poorly dressed man.
All right, I think with that we'll end it.
All right.
Thank you so much for listening. Tune in next time.
Yes.
On Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball GT.
Dragon Ball P.
Welcome to the Grand Tour.
Welcome to the Grand Tour.